Welcome to Get Your FRQ On. This question is from 2016. It is question 2, and it is calculator active. In the question stem, we have a particle traveling along the x-axis. We have a trigonometric function giving us the velocity of that particle for values of t greater than or equal to 0. And we are given that the position of the particle at t equals 4 is positive 2. In part A of this question, we are asked to find whether the particle is speeding up or slowing down at t equals 4. Whether the particle is speeding up or slowing down at t equals 4 will depend on the signs of both v of 4 and v prime of 4, which is the acceleration at t equals 4. Since this is a calculator active question, we can use a calculator to evaluate both of those values. Using a calculator, v of 4 is 2.979, which is positive, and v prime of 4 is negative 1.164, which is negative. Since v of 4 and v prime of 4 have different signs, the particle is slowing down at t equals 4. In part B of this question, we are asked to find all values of t between 0 and 3, such that the particle is changing direction at that value of t, and to provide justification. The particle will change direction whenever its velocity is equal to 0, and the velocity also changes sign. Since this is a calculator active question, we can use a calculator to evaluate when v of t will equal 0. v of t, which is 1 plus 2 sine t squared over 2, equals 0 when t is equal to 2.707. Since v of t also changes from positive to negative at t equals 2.707, we can conclude that the particle does in fact change direction at t equals 2.707. In part C of this question, we are asked to find the position of the particle at t equals 0. The position of the particle at t equals 0 can be found by evaluating 2 plus the integral from 4 to 0 of v of t dt, which is 2 plus the integral from 4 to 0 of 1 plus 2 sine t squared over 2 dt. And since this is a calculator active question, again, we can use our calculator to evaluate the expression. The position of the particle at t equals 0 turns out to be negative 3.815. So x of 0 is negative 3.815. In part D of this question, we are asked to find the total distance the particle travels from t equals 0 to t equals 3. The total distance the particle travels can be found using the definite integral expression, the integral from 0 to 3 of the absolute value of v of t dt. And since this is a calculator active question, we can use a calculator to evaluate the integral. The integral from 0 to 3 of the absolute value of v of t dt is equal to 5.301. If you want more AP Calculus AB free response question solutions, you can subscribe to my channel on YouTube, like each video, and you can also follow me on X at x.com/getyourfrqon.